Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Well, welcome back to me. I'm sure you may have been around, but I have not. Um, but here we are. It's September 1st today, and I'm kind of treating this like the new year. So we've been through all the magic of summer, and we're heading into this new. Uh, well, you know what? It's the dawning of some of this new energy. Really big focus on dawning of our new self, our reset. Speaking of resetting, we do have an eclipse coming up at the end of this week, and then that 2 week period. So always a time of lots of change and shuffling things around. Uh, Again, like the moon, just both moons just really enhanced, right? And a lot of just kind of looking around and feeling the energies. Like definitely lots of intensity with this, but really coming in and focusing on that Virgo energy, the Virgo season. So um, kind of like cleaning house, getting things in order, being a little more meticulous in how we do things every day. But it's really the calling is really coming about our spiritual center and how we operate and what works for us and taking care of ourselves again so that we can take care of others when the time comes. So, yeah, there's a huge focus right now on us getting our poop in a group and starting to take care of ourselves, look after ourselves, be at the best energetically, spiritually, physically we can be. So, yeah, that's kind of why I'm calling it a new year, right? September. Here we go. We're going to start a new year. So hopefully I will be able to retain some of you from before and moving forward. Uh, Now that my life is settled down from summer, but also it was always really difficult to do any sort of video because the renovations were noisy and they weren't like a Monday to Friday thing. Sometimes they were working Saturdays and Sundays and even Mondays, and well, always Mondays, but that was my time to do those things. So it's been a little difficult. And, I have to be honest, I was in it. I was in the thick of whatever this little intense energy shift over summer was. Um, just really not feeling connected spiritually. It was really difficult to read cards. I'm actually hoping this goes okay because I haven't done it in so long. Um, so yeah, like first of all, if you're getting this message and it's really resonating with you, like you're not alone, stuff's really shifting, there's lots of stuff happening. It has been very intense. I would say that the intensity isn't going to change. The outside world is still going to be it's got a lot going on. I don't know why. This painting doesn't usually catch my attention, but lots more solar flares, lots of energy coming in. So it's going to be, I don't want to say intense and like a continuation of what we've had, but it is going to require us to really focus on ourselves and making sure we're in the best physical, mental, spiritual health space to ride this next, like, basically till the end of the year out, even into the next year. So let's go on that journey together. What we're going to do this week is right now for this read is our typical energy read for the week. And then, of course, on Sunday, I'll be putting out a moon video. It is going to be, of course, a special video because it is going to be the start of eclipse season. Speaking of eclipse season, you will start to notice that energy is already ramped up and started. So this week could be very, I don't want to say tumultuous. It's like, it's just, we're used to it being a lot and intense. So that's not something we've had, it's not like, oh God, I can't stand it. We got to do this again. It's like, okay, we know what this looks like. We know how to prepare for it. And so let's just use this time for us to get ourselves into that thing. And the other thing I saw someone say, I think it was Molly McCord, she's a astrologist, um, was that really don't rush this either. Like Virgo season, like they're meticulous and they like to take things in order, but they also really like, um, you know, getting all the details really well looked after, done, all of that. So we've got up until probably the 21st or 22nd, it usually switches, um, to take our time with this. So it's only the first. So take this 21 days, which is what they say takes to form a good habit, or change habits. So, and really use this time for you. It's really critical right now that we're in our best shape, right? That we're in our highest frequency that we can be. Um, so really just doing as much inner work as we can, and or even outer work. It's just like, clean up some stuff around the house that's been bugging you, or uh, get start working on those projects. And but don't overload yourself with like the 10 projects you need to get done. Pick one and just be like, and work through it over the month. But the focus really is self and spirituality and our meditation practice, but overall our energy and what we're doing with it every day. So just ease into this, enjoy the breather, I'm going to call it, because obviously things during this eclipse, it's still going to do what it does. It's going to kick stuff up, and it might not always be pleasant stuff, but it will be getting. It may not always be pleasant stuff. I don't know what this is doing. My computer's on the end of its life too, and I've replaced it with a new one, but it takes a long time to get all the information over and do stuff. So I'm just going to use the old one for now. I'm not sure if it's surviving or not. Oh, no, see, now it's like, I don't know what it's doing. Anyway, sorry about all the beeping, but hopefully I still don't understand. Anyway, okay, so let's carry on. Let's get right to the reading, just in case my computer decides it's going to crap out here. Um, and yeah, let's just start this clean slate, reset button. Like, don't bring in the past. Don't worry about the future. Let's just start from here and define who we are. Who is the new you, right? We talk about new earth all the time. Who are you within that energy? What do you look like? What do you want to look like? What do you want to feel, see, be, do? And then a lot of it too is like with eclipses, stuff's gonna come up. What isn't serving you? We talk about this for years and years, but if we can't continue to hold on to the stuff that's holding us back or setting us or putting us down or not helping in our expansion and our growth or lowering our frequency. That's the most important part. So it is a good thing to examine over these next 21, 22 days, um, and just really focusing on you. It's okay it's not greedy. It's not, what's the word? Ignorant, any of those things. It's not selfish. That whole concept is like, it's, again, like I always say, it's the airplane analogy. You cannot help others if you are not in a good place yourself. It's physically and energetically impossible. You might on the surface seem like you're helping, but you're probably doing energetically more damage to both yourself and the other person. So let's just focus on ourselves. All right, let's look at the overall week, see what we've got. Nice card. I feel like really rusty at this, so hopefully this goes. I'm publishing it anyway. And then, yeah, like I said, I'm back now. So I will be back to my regular posting once a week and moons, and probably during that eclipse, maybe something else, because I just have a feeling it's going to be a big one. Yeah. Sun. Every time we get this, the energy, it's the notice that the energy is increasing. there's more continued energy flowing towards this planet. So again, whether we see more solar flares doesn't really matter about those too much. It matters more that like it's there's energy being directed at the earth, and it's directed at us to help us raise our frequency. So even if it's a day where you can't get out and put the sun on your face, but just get out in nature and connect, because that energy is coming in strong. We need to like start recognizing that we can see this at any time, regardless of weather, regardless of time of year, and that it's coming in, and we need to start working with it. Okay, I always love this what it says too. I am blessed with the gift of life. I am free to create a life filled with joy, open and connected to God. That's this week. It's regain that connection, reopen that portal, that energy, allow it to wash over you, allow it to move you, change you, and start working with these frequencies, because they're like the one thing I have noticed, even though I haven't been on here talking about it, is I'm able to manifest stuff fairly quickly. Um, so, and that works, that can work good or bad, right? So if we're down in the dumps and we have those days, trust me, like over the last few weeks, I've had a lot of the dump days, but but I'm back. um, but it's important to like, again, be careful what you're manifesting, right? Okay. We got the fortitude card too. I just always love this card too, because it's just like, it's, I don't know, it's just all the different animals, and there's just so much strength in this. I think it's really important. Again, fortitude always comes up to around putting on the armor of God. So, like we really need to like fortify ourselves for this next waves of energy coming in. So, yeah, doing whatever we can do to resonate at that higher frequency and feel safe and strong and secure for everything as it comes in, and then just being able to adapt and roll with it, right? Like there's it doesn't like take us out or floor us, even though like things are going on physically, like I normally am like an amazing sleeper. I had no problem like sleeping 8, 10, 11 hours. Now, not so much. It could be a product of the construction we've been through, but I don't think so. I think it's been just timing of energy coming in is shifting, like waking up at 3 and being wide awake, not being able to get back to sleep till like 6, like just crazy stuff like that. Okay, what we're gonna do first, this thing's just gonna keep beeping at me. I'm just gonna take it as a sign that I'm saying the right things, and it's going, check. Okay, let's look at the beginning of the week, Monday through about Wednesday, Thursday-ish, kind of see what energies we're playing with. Okay, get this. Oh, I've never actually had this card too. Um, okay, beginning part of the week. This is a nice little focus. Uh, we got the tender embrace. It's a 22 card, just a good number. It's a heart chakra card as well. So, also just like I was hanging out with a group of my energy friends yesterday, and just like part of this calling that has come out, like I would, the reason I'm definitely like doing this video today and back on here is because the calling has been strong. But this is also like, yeah, it's time for us to kind of come back together to We need to be doing the beginning part of this week is really focus on your intimate relationships, your family, your friends, your whatever the people around you that you know are energetically uh, in alignment with you, and start working together. The tender embrace, the hug, like I think we all just need a really good hug from someone. So seek that out. The reason I say like family too is included because the home card comes up. I've never bought this card. I just love it. Look at the little otter in his hammock. Is it an otter or a ferret? It might be a ferret. Anyway, regardless, cute little animal in his hammock, his home, which is funny because that wouldn't be his. But anyway, shelter, safety, nurturing, warmth. So also really important as we're starting off this like journey. And it is kind of this thing where summer's ending, it's getting a little bit cooler. I know in the other hemisphere, you guys are just starting, you lucky ducks. I don't know, do we need summer all year round? I would. Um, but like really focus on comfort and hugs and like just the things that make us feel safe, secure, grounded, at home. So part of your project might be like as usually we head into like is cleaning the house or setting it getting it ready for the next season. So do things that bring you comfort this beginning part of the week. Basically it's kind of saying like let's get our ducks in a row and like if we were going on a trip somewhere we need to set up our environment or camping. Let's take camping as an example. We want to set up our environment so it's almost like our home, and so we don't have to like scramble to put things together. So set your space up, set your inner space up, ready to work, to be um, working with frequency and energy. So, however, that you might need to like just redo a crystal grid you have, or cleanse your crystals, or any of that stuff. So, really focus on the environment you're in and making it that like he looks so like cozy, and all this cute little party lights outside. So just setting yourself up to be like sheltered and safe and secure, and this root chakra card. So really focusing on our home environment. And again, and bringing love into it, like whether that's through friends, family, really focusing on those relationships. So maybe you have a gathering and just a movie night, a cozy movie night, sleepover where everybody, you know, get some hugs in there. Find one of those things to do. Okay. The other two cards don't really say like it's not in terms of it's not in terms of these next two cards aren't in terms of um like advice or something that's going to be happening during the week. They're more of like reassurances. So this card I think is really important because I'm picking up that this was happening to me a bit where I was giving up, like, and where it was just like I don't want to do any of this anymore. Like it's just too much. There's always, it's nothing's working. I always say perseverance is the name. And with the card, I always say like her spirit guide is here. She is looking pretty down and dejected. But if you look, these wings aren't coming off. They're about to come in. So they're about to like attach and flourish. So this is just a reminder from spirit is like take the time to take the break and rest and set up your space and do those things because that's what we want you getting cozy and comforted for the upcoming stuff. And don't worry, you've done all the work. Your wings are about to come in. Don't give up now. And the other thing, we have the maturity card. So for me, this is the card that is like, we've done all the things we need to do. It's time to just like, I don't want to say rest, but this person looks at ease, at peace, full of grace, full of love, and just, there's nothing else for us to be doing. Does that make sense? Like all the work up until now, you've done. So take this opportunity at the beginning of the week to just like, I don't know the best way to say it, because it's like the energy is going to be coming in, and you want to just, like, it's a tough thing because we're not necessarily setting up like physical things, but we need to set up an environment where we, like, if if all the power went out tomorrow, like, are we like ready to be like safe and secure and wrapped up in a blanket and those kind of things, like, and again, not to scare everybody or anything like that, but let's, that's what we would do in an emergency situation. So, but energetically, if all this energy is coming in, like, are we ready to handle it? So, if we're doing all this stuff, or like we're surrounded in clutter or mess, or clutter in our mind, or clutter in our hearts, we're not ready to receive any energy. So, I think it's just asking us to kind of like create your space this week, and fill it full of love. It's weird, like, because that's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily a tangible thing in terms of, it's setting up an energetic space around you. So make sure you are in like the best energy you can be. And sometimes that means that some of the physical stuff around you needs to shift and change, because it's either annoying you, uh, hampering you from doing other things. So, like, make sure we're cleansing and clearing. Virgos love to clean. So, well, I don't know if all Virgos do, but most of them do. They like it clean and orderly. So let's take a page out of that. And again, so like it could be something simple as, like, I just did this like earlier today. I walked by this project I've been working on. I haven't been working on it. And every time I look at it, it annoys the crap out of me. So I just like took 10 minutes and finished it. Just, like, just get it done. Especially if it's those things that are like egging you or edging you or irritating you. Really clean that stuff up this week. And that, honestly, that goes not just for like stuff in your physical stuff in your house. It could be a person that's like that you have had to cut ties with for a long time but have not. It might just be like that energy needs to be cut, or just stop feeding into it right now and get yourself ready for. Let's treat it as like an upcoming trip. We're going on a trip into this new energy, and yeah, we don't want to take a lot of baggage. We're gonna buy some stuff while we're there. So just, get yourself ready, because this next little bit is gonna be, um, it's gonna be a lot of shift and change. Like, we're talking big changes, like we've never seen before. All right, let's look at the end of the week. So exciting! I'm excited. I'm happy to be back. Let me tell you that. I felt like part of the thing too, and is that I missed this. This is as much therapy for me as it is for hopefully helping you out. When I don't do this, I think that's when I recognize, like, when I'm not flexing that spiritual, psychic muscle, whatever you want to call it, I get unhappy. It's gonna ding again. Bing. Okay, and part of the week. Okay. Yeah, so here's the other thing. I'm just looking at these two cards. So we'll talk a bit. We still want to be doing our work. Continue that through the whole week. Continue that. Oh, can I actually turn this off? I never thought about that. Okay. Continue that through the rest of the week, but be really careful. There, we have to be working on ourselves in tandem with everything that's going on out there, because that still has to be figured out. Oops, that has to be figured out. That has to be figured out there. So stuff's going to be happening, and be aware, particularly with the eclipse. There's a, like, all this stuff has. Oh, I grabbed that, but I want another one. Um, all this stuff has in the outside world has to play out. It just has to play out. So we also, part of fortifying ourselves again, is being in a position. Um, sorry, it's downloading something called Boop number one. Well, hopefully this doesn't have a virus and it's about to explode. Anyway, how we fortify ourselves is right. So it doesn't matter what information comes out or what truth is revealed. Why I'm talking about truth revealed. It it no longer where it's like, it's funny because I take on this approach with all of that now because I've been listening to stuff since about 2016, 2017, where I started like waking up to the maybe the world isn't the place we were told it was, right? So what seems to be happening now too is that the like, and I think this eclipse is probably going to be it. And again, not to scare or done or shock anybody, but all of the veil, I think, is like, it's not just about to be like slowly layered down. That's been happening over years now. Now, that final thing, it's either going to be shut down or pulled completely off. So there's going to be a lot of stuff, information coming out that is like, we think the world is one way, and it is not that at all. We've been told it's this way, but it is completely, completely different. So that stuff, all we have to all work towards the, I don't want to say the acceptance of that, but it's just like it's better that it comes in drips because if it came in a flow, we we who've been doing work may survive it. Other people won't. And the end goal is that we all go through this hopefully fairly close together, and that with as little loss as possible. And that's just been always the goal. Look at this. Look at funny little antenna hair. Boop, boop. Anyway, let's read the rest of the week. Then you'll see why I'm going on and on about. Anyway, the card that came up is the Pinocchio. I call it the Pinocchio card, the tall tale, which means like all the lies are coming out. All the lies are being exposed. So again, we've got lots of information. Coming at us. And so that's a big thing. Like, so, which is great because we got the seeing card, which is our intuition card. But again, it has everything to do with discernment. So again, as information comes out, the best way for you not to get wrapped up in it and let it affect you is to just sit with it for a second and say, does this again, we're getting, everything is about frequency. Everything is about resonation. So if it's not resonating with you, and it's taking you off track, i.e., distracting you from your spiritual work, then just leave it. We don't. That's not necessarily a truth you need to know. You'll find there's lots of truths that you'll be like, oh. So I always take an approach. I was saying, sorry, where I'm like, I look at something and I'm like, okay, that's really interesting. I can process that. Oh, I could see how that could be, and then I move on. Or it's like, okay, no, that's too much for me. I'm gonna have to maybe put that aside for now. Um, and I'll maybe do some work around it later, but maybe I won't. So it's that sort of thing. So again, that's part of this new energy coming in is that we're able to not let shit throw us off completely off track because our job is not that. Our job is this ascension process and raising our frequency. So, and part of the week, seeing, perspective, truth, knowledge, clarity. So, yeah, I mean, take it in stride. It's a lot of information. There's yes, we got lied to. Yes, we're going to be mad about it but just again, everything is always about not staying in it. So, take it with a grain of salt and then just because it's not going to be one thing. It's going to be lots of things. Anyway, okay. End of the week too, we also got this quest card, which for me is always like, again, there's always two options. There's always a fork in the road. There's always a path. And so, but either way, more or less kind of looks the same. So saying, like, I'll say this kind of callously, like, it doesn't matter which side you pick because you get to the same thing in the end. So, like, worry less about the, like, which way you're going, but accept the quest, accept the cue, accept the quest. Um, don't worry about asking so many questions about it. Just like, it's like, okay, this is why you came here. Time to start going down the path. And again, blue, throat chakra, third eye, these cards are all, it's all about our intuition, our discernment, all of that. Okay, now I've got two cards for the end. So first up is awareness. Again, this is just going back to that first card. What I'm immediately getting from this is like, it's almost like the shadow figure in the back is like in sort of a fear, terrified response. And it's like, that's our old self, the matrix that they created, that they told us all these lies. Um, and now it's just time to, like, this is melting, and true self and true um, soul is being revealed. So allow that process to happen. Now, it's the Buddha within, right? Shining through. It's just time to start opening up to this energy. So, it's interesting though, because like it's like the blue flame, but like what I'm getting is like, yeah, just like let it melt. Sometimes the easiest way for us to melt us into better frequency and emotion is to have a good cry. So if that needs, let those tears melt all the old dirty BS that we've been fed over our entire lifetimes, just be washed away. And then this is our goal for the end of the week. Is Here's the thing. It says ordinariness. But I think to some people you would say that and they'd just be like, well, I don't want to be ordinary. But I do. I want to be ordinary. I just want to walk through this little meadow with my trees in bloom and my basket collecting things and just have a simple life. This is also where we want our heart chakra, where we want our, like, we want to live in states of ease and grace and I don't know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you want to be a superstar and you gotta go and do your thing. So, and this won't resonate with you at all. But I think most of us are craving that, like, more simplistic. And I'm not just talking about like the simple life itself, but the simple energetic feeling of being in those states of ease, peace, grace, at, like, all the time. And that's really what the frequency shift is about and what New Earth is about. It's a frequency shift of, you know, not this grind, not this climb the ladder to fame, like not running the race, not keeping it up with the this, that, and the next thing. That's not the new frequency. So we will see much more of connections to this energy over this eclipse. That's basically what I'm getting. So if you're ready for it, um, you you know, instead of seeing is believing, it's like believing is seeing again in this case. So that's where it's time to do our that work. It's like we gotta sit down, meditate, and uh, start to believe. All right. So usually I finish off and I go back to the first two cards to sum up the week, but I'm not going to this week. I'm just going to do the golden futures. It's like, come on, who also doesn't want the gold and silver heart? Okay, let's do three of these and see, like, for the end of the week and what anything we could do, what we should be focusing on, and then we'll leave the energy update there. And we will, yeah, we'll see you on Sunday for the start of eclipse season. Reminder that, yeah, we're in it already. Like, I could feel it this morning when I woke up. I was like, okay, there, there, it really feels like something big is shifting. Mm. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. I actually got four. I'm gonna read these three first, because, and then we'll finish off with it. Okay, so it really does go back to the beginning of the week. Read that read. Um, Animals, honor the animal kingdom. Get out in nature. There's so many birds outside that I've never seen, heard, or it's so amazing right now. Food. I'm just gonna go through these really quick, and then we'll talk about them. And homes. It's all about setting up your space, and not just your space, but the food and your animals, and like really making that connection, settling in, being grounded and centered and in nature and ready for this energy as it comes in. So yeah, work on your um, work on your space. It's interesting. This one says like the future part of it is living in ecological, creative, and fun spaces. So that can be a really good keywords for your energetic space right now. Make sure it's creative and fun, that you're stimulating your creativity, like getting back into things now that, we're not going to be outside as much again. I know all you on the northern or southern hemisphere are doing, you're probably out surfing, enjoying life, but you're having fun. Actually, I sent a meme to all my friends last night, and it said, sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is just have fun. Go out and have fun, or set up a space, like, and do things you love. Paint, draw, sing, cook, bake, but do it with love, and don't do it as a chore, and don't do it as a have. We've got to have some fun. So it's really important that we're setting up our space. Animals also is coming up with like your personal pets and things like that. Is they're really trying to be close to you and be connected to you. So take a cue from them and spend time with them. They're a great like energy transfer, but they're a great energy. Um, I don't want to say reducer. That Yeah, like when you're locked in that lower frequency, they're a great way to bring it back up. So spend some time with your pets this week. Okay. And then the fourth card that fell out, but we're going to read it because it's going to sum up the whole thing is, and it could very well be, actually it is, they're saying this is what this eclipse is all about. The super love portal. Accept yourself as a cosmic being. Basically, it's like, okay, the energy's coming in. You said you wanted to come to the planet to do this, so guess what? Here we go. Here we go. It's time. Look at all that light. Love it. We are all cosmic beings here for this great shift. And I'm glad you guys are with me, and thank you. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't know if I'll retain viewership, seeing as I was away for so long and not putting anything out, but I'm going to set a goal. I think I'm at like 94 or 96 subscribers, and I'm like, I'm going to make sure that I'm at 100 by the end of the year. So it's only four people. So if you watch these and you follow, um, if you don't mind to subscribe so I can get my 100 followers. Doesn't mean snot in YouTube land, but to me it means something. So, and also, I just hope people are watching still, because I did go away for such a long time. I get it. But, I'm back, and I definitely plan on cranking out videos because we're in a really interesting time point right now. Interesting timeline. So I hope you'll stay on this timeline with me, and we'll like go through this together. Um, and yeah, and have some fun with it. That's the big thing. Let's have some fun with life. And I know sometimes lately it has not felt like it's been any sort of fun, but it's time for us to bring that back, right? Let's get this golden age started, right? The golden future. Let's align our chakras. Let's kick up the energy. Let's talk to the animals. Let's talk to the dolphins. Let's get this going. Because this old way is it's heavy, it's tiresome, it's tedious. All of the things we don't want those. We want fun, freedom, fortitude. Uh, we want to build this new earth. I want to pull one more of this golden futures card. It's like I'm just getting like one more card, but I don't know. I don't have a ton of decks out either. Whoops, there we go. Oh, okay. Free energy. Be the powerhouse. Yeah. So this is like again, the light switch is being turned on. That's the calling that's gone out. That's what the biggest reason I came back is it was like, you have stuff to do. Like, get going, get on there, get reading, get, and then myself, I gotta work on my frequency. Like I haven't been doing a stellar job. And again, it's hard in the summer because I mean, like you're busy, you're out, you're traveling, you're meeting up with people, and yeah. So it's like I said, it's a new year. It's new year. We'll treat this as the start of our new year, or the next 6 months, anyways, and we'll just give her. So let's get at it, guys. Have a really good rest of your day, and we'll see you again. Uh, yeah, Sunday. Sunday is the start of eclipse season. So go out and do your good stuff. Get you and your space, your inner space, your outer space ready because we're definitely going to need um, not just a safe place to land and make sure that we feel safe and secure. So I feel like I need to do another card. Okay, I am going to. Haha. Also, I just like to get these at like 33 or 44 minutes because that's what I like. Okay, let's pull one of these ancient realms. Okay, it's called scrying. Um, but what this is called, trust your visions, intuition, and plant seeds. So again, just this week working on whatever you do to like enhance your intuition, crystals, cards, meditation, yoga, any of the things, getting out in nature. So really start to tune into your intuition again because it won't, again, there's so much coming out that we have to start relying on our own information because otherwise it's we're either going to get distracted by it or we're going to get led astray by it, or again we get confused and muddled and in that confusion state. So really start, the key of all of this is raising your vibration, but we do that through working with our intuition. So make sure you're taking the time to do that kind of stuff this week. Whatever your practices are, like mine, I'll probably be sitting with some crystals, doing some meditations, um, and raising frequencies. So, and again, part of that thing is that the end of the week was doing that with like that tender embrace. So go hug some people and spread some energetic love all over the place. Okay, we'll talk to you next week. Take care of yourselves. And I'm glad to be back.